Hello, everyone, and welcome to TN Talks, episode 1. We've got the king in the building, Yungking Cookson, for episode 1. Got a huge guest straight off the bat. He's an absolute pioneer of AFL content creation. He's done everything. His work has taken him all the way to the Brownlow. He's been to AFL games, working for the AFL. So we're really excited to have a chat with him today. He's now playing footy with the Marmalade Boys and Kados at the Wattle Park Animals. I'm sure there'll be some fun stories out of that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because this is one you won't want to miss. How are you, Cooko?
Oh, I'm good, boys. Happy to be here. Keen to get stuck in.
Thanks for coming on the pod, Cooko. The inaugural guest of TN Talks. We're really happy to have you on.
Stoked to be here, boys. I'm keen to get stuck in.
Yes. All right. Well, if we could start from your junior years, because did that passion to make AFL content come from being a big footy head growing up, or was it sort of just something you hadn't decided on and then you just started doing?
So, to be honest, I was never really like in the space of thinking about making like content and stuff. Like that wasn't me. Like I guess it wasn't as prominent. Like there wasn't footy creators really out there. Like you boys probably have seen like Cade and stuff and True Footy or, a lot of those boys and, been inspired to make sort of a podcast around footy and stuff. But there wasn't really anyone doing it when I was growing up. I was always a big footy nuffy, like, one of those kids that knew every team's players' numbers and stuff. So, love footy. But it was sort of just like Caden sort of wanted to get stuck into footy stuff and making content. And I was like, I'll hop on and just see what happens. And, we made some good stuff over the years, but haven't really done it for a while. So I'm sort of drip feeding back into it. But, it wasn't really anything that I ever wanted to do. But, I'm keen to get going into it again.
Yes, we'd love to have you back. And like, what was the first step into that process? Like when you first thought, okay, I want to do this, what was like your initial thought? Like how are you going to sort of run it, I guess?
So I guess I was pretty lucky that I, like as you boys would know, it's pretty tough talking in front of a camera. Like I'm a bit like sort of going back a bit now. Like it's sort of a bit more jarring than it was probably in 2019 when I was doing it because I got so comfortable doing it all the time. But I was pretty lucky that I sort of just fell into it, like doing it with Caden and sort of just, made in the background, no expectation, just sort of hop in, have a bit of a laugh with him. I sort of got more confident doing it with that. And then he got a job opportunity with the AFL to do some stuff with them.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I got a mate who's pretty funny, so we'll get him in. And I was like, oh, sweet. So I started making my channel. Started making some videos, did some stuff with the AFL, and sort of just all fell into place for me.
Have you ever thought about venturing down the radio or media sort of AFL side, or has it always been more about the YouTube content and the sort of, I guess, the funnier side of, making people laugh? And like myself personally, I absolutely loved your videos growing up. Was it always sort of that for you, or did you ever think about, turning it into a radio or a media sort of thing?
So before we did like footy stuff, Caden would always go down to this local radio station that was like, it was like, I don't know it's a community radio station. So you could sort of just put your name in the hat and sort of get a show. And we used to jump on at like 11 o'clock at night. Me, if you've seen Caden's channel, you would know Mitch and Bakes.
Yeah.
We would all just jump on and have a laugh. It was pretty not safe for work sort of content. We just do that sort of stuff. And Caden, I think, really wanted to venture into doing like traditional media sort of stuff. But for me, I was always just about having a laugh, just do whatever. So it wasn't really something I ever thought about. But like now, if I could get that level of professionalism one day, like I'd love to do that sort of stuff. Like I love like analyzing the game, breaking down like the actual football, like not just taking the piss out of it. Like that comes natural to me. Just like I'm sure you boys can get around that. Like everything just being funny, being a joke.
Yeah.
But as far as like actually breaking down the game and just like being like real footy nerd, like I actually love that side of it. Like, I'd love to do that sort of stuff, but who knows, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. One to look to for the future. Do you have any advice for, I guess, people like us sort of trying to follow in your footsteps in a way?
I think just be yourself, whether that's funny, whether that's smart, whether that's charismatic, whether that's knowledgeable, whether that's a bit weird, like just be yourself 100% of the way. You can't fake who you are for long enough. So like you might be able to fool people for a little bit, but the best version of you is just the natural you. So I would just say just be yourselves, and consistency. That's the thing. Obviously, I stopped doing stuff for like 3 years, and I'm pretty lucky that people still care. Like I didn't expect anyone to, care at all. Just be like, oh yeah, starting from the bottom again, which I sort of still am. But yeah, consistency. If you can just keep at it, like it'll work for you. It might feel like at the start there's not enough attention or not enough numbers, but like just don't compare yourself to, what like Caden's doing or what KSI's doing. Just, do your own thing and the numbers will come. Keep having fun with it and keep being yourself.
And I know, I guess staying on that like media level, when the AFL reached out to you, I know you went to the Brownlow with Kados and you did the, what was that series called where you had AFL players on for like the little drills that you do at the house or around?
Yeah. Footy at home.
Footy at home, that's what it was. Was that during COVID times? Was that during
just before COVID times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just before COVID times. So it sort of works with COVID, doesn't it? Like footy at home, you would think that's sort of hand in hand. I'm pretty sure that was just before COVID. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Because I remember watching it during like COVID when there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like what? How did
the
AFL
that was?
No, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, how did the AFL sort of reach out to you in that sense? Like, what did they say?
So there was this guy. I don't know if I'm sure I could say Ali Cullen. He's a legend. He's a British bloke, and he was working with the channel Copper 90. Have you heard of that? Do you boys follow soccer at all?
Not really.
Not too much.
So it's like a British sort of soccer fan channel sort of thing, and he was like doing producing and ideas and stuff with that. And the AFL wanted to like sort of change their change their sort of like content they were doing with their channels and stuff and make it more like entertaining rather than just like, like standard, the black and white footy stuff. Just like, yeah, they wanted to like spice it up a little bit. So they got him over from England. He got straight on to Caden because he was like, it's a formula that worked in England where, they'd find like a content creator that's doing well and get them involved. I think KSI was like one of the first ones they did with that channel over there. So yeah, he got onto Caden and thought, he's probably like the only bloke doing this sort of stuff. And then through that, we did that. I think the first thing we did was, do you remember that video? It was 5 games in 5 days.
Yeah, where you travelled across the country and went to all the games. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun as. I think it was an idea Caden had for a while. I think he might have got it from a lot of the stuff that he would sort of do, like the goal recreations, this 5 in 5 days. A lot of the stuff, it was like sort of based off like the British YouTubers, like because YouTube was a lot bigger in like UK and like America. Now it's sort of getting big. There's a lot of content creators in Australia, but a lot of it was inspired by that sort of stuff. But yeah, that was a laugh. It was really good fun.
Did the AFL sort you out in terms of like, did they get your tickets and all that? And because obviously they would have come to you with the idea. Was it all sort of? Did they look after you, or it was sort of more your own thing? And then they were solid. I think it was all sponsored by. I think the AFL still maybe have a partnership with Virgin. I think.
Yeah.
So that was pretty handy with all the flights and stuff. And the tickets. It's that was all sorted out by a couple of the people there. The people we worked with at the AFL were all lovely, like such good people, which was cool.
Yeah, nice. What cities did you go to? So for the 5 games.
So we went to first. I think there was a game. I think it was Anzac Day was the first one we went to, which was obviously in Melbourne, and then we went up to Adelaide, then Sydney, then Geelong. I think maybe.
Yeah, you finished in Geelong.
I think. Yeah. Geelong was the last one. Yeah. So I can't even remember the 5 games. It was Anzac Day. We went and saw North Melbourne play Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. Sydney and GWS at the SCG. Geelong and
was that
West
Anzac
Coast,
Eve?
Maybe.
Was it Anzac Eve?
There we go. So the first 2 were. That's good by you. The first 2 were at the MCG. Yeah.
Oh, loyal listeners of your YouTube channel or loyal watchers of your YouTube channel. Well,
Legends.
from that, you moved on. You were at the Brownlow. Seen that video a few times, and I can imagine at the Brownlow that'd be like a dream come true for any footy fan. Was there any moment on one of footy's biggest nights where it was a bit of a pinch yourself moment, like surrounded by all the players? There's just one moment where you thought you never thought you'd be there.
Probably when we pulled up at the car park and it was me, Caden, and the lady we were working with. She was a legend, Vanessa. She was just in there. She's like, "Oh, he's already good. Go." We were in. I think I was wearing my dad's suit, so it was not a very formal guy. Not really, too many suits for me. But yeah, was wearing my dad's suit. I was like, I don't know, just keen to get stuck in. And we just sort of looked at each other and we like pull up to the red carpet. It's like, wow, like we weren't even walking on it. We were just doing the media and stuff. But I was just like thinking about how I would have wanted to do that so much as a kid. But, obviously not being good enough at footy, sort of the other route on the other side of the fence was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any interesting stories, not just from that Brownlow night, but from meeting heaps of AFL players?
Mate, it's weird because like
or like fun memories.
Caden used to go to, so me and Caden used to go to the footy like 3-4 times a week, like genuinely every game at the MCG Marvel, we were there. Like when we were like 14 to 17, really, we actually both worked selling records at the MCG for a bit, which was that was good fun. And we sort of worked out a way to get under to the car park right where the players, like there's like the races and stuff. So we'd see all the players getting into their cars like after the game. So every game we'd go to, and then we'd go down to the rooms, basically. Not like right into the rooms, but like just outside the rooms, and we'd see a heap of players. And I think we'd get on our Facebook and upload like 30 photos with players after every weekend. And everyone's probably like, what the fuck are these? Oh, sorry. Can I swear on you?
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Sorry, boys. They're probably like, oh, what are these blokes doing? Like every week. But yeah, so like big fanboys. So, I probably couldn't really talk to them either. Like we were pretty like shy kids. But I remember one time, do you remember Paul Chapman?
Yeah, for Essendon Geelong. Yeah.
Yes, superstar. Just don't know. How old are you boys?
15 and 15.
15 as well.
There you go, 15. You sold yourself well for 15. I was a lot more of a blubbering mess at 15. Probably still am now, to be honest. But yeah, I just couldn't. I wasn't sure if you would remember Chappie, just because it's a fair while ago. But yeah, he was a superstar, like in his prime, absolute gun bloke. Like we saw him coming out of the rooms, getting into his car, and we had a chat. And he literally stood there and talked to us for like 20 minutes and was like, "Oh, where are you boys from? Geelong? Like, get in." He's like trying to give us a lift back home, and we're like, "Oh wow, it's crazy." Yeah, he was a legend. Like he was just such a casual dude. Like yeah, but as far as stories, heaps. Like I don't know. We had one when we were at the Brownlow. Jack Darling was there, and we had a questions that we thought were funny. We were just like, "Oh, I'll just be a bit of a piss take." And we get the first, like I think he was the first person we went up to with Jack Darling. I'm like, "Oh, Jack, who's the defender in the league that you like when you look at him, you lick your lips and think you're gonna have a big day?" And he's just like, "Oh, that's a bit mean," and sort of like, I was like, "Oh, that's just a joke, mate. You can say a teammate, like sort of off camera." He's like, "Oh no, that's mean. I don't want to." I was like, "All right, that's a good start, Jack." But no, I'm sure he's a lovely guy.
The serious man, Jack Darling. He wasn't keen to stitch up anyone.
And we know from the 5 games in 5 days, we know you're a bit of a. I think it was in that, or maybe it wasn't. You're a big Cal Brown fan back in the day.
Yeah, massive Cal Brown fan. Shattered he's not in the league anymore, but he's ripping it up at Box Hill. So
he's
doing well.
Playing for the Box Hill, my team, the Hawks. I'm a Hawks man.
Yeah.
I know you don't like the Hawks. I remember back watching your videos. You're not a big fan.
No, I'll tell you what's funny. I actually love the Hawks now. It was a video. I don't know if you would have seen it. It was up for a little bit. It was sort of when I just started doing like vlogs at games. There was a couple of Hawthorn fans behind me that were just unbearable, like just like shit blokes, to be honest. Like I get along with everyone. I don't like beef people. That's not my thing. But these blokes were just shocking. Like it's pretty funny looking back now because I probably could have handled myself better as well. But I posted the full video. I was like, "Oh, these blokes are dickheads." Like there was one bloke who was a big boy, which is fair. I'm a big boy, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, like he's just going at me because I was filming myself. I was like, all right, mate. So I like, made a bit of a point making fun of them a bit, but for a bit. But No, I love Hawthorn now. I love Guinea, love Will Day. I reckon, yeah, you got a really good side.
Yeah, I mean, as a supporter, I'm a bit more excited now because the last few years, I don't want to make this all about Hawthorn, but the last 5 years I've been pretty. It's a bit boring when it comes to watching your team lose most weeks, and I'm sure you're probably the same as a North fan.
Yeah,
especially in the last, I don't know, 6-7 years. But it's good to see when your young team starts growing. It's good to see it.
Oh, so good. Like, yous are probably a fair bit ahead of us. Like, yous might make finals this year. Who knows how deep you go if you get there as well. You're playing. Well, I think, what are your points with, or are you a game off?
Where
off
win off.
So, and yous are flying. Like, the footy, yous are probably nearly the most watchable team in the league right now. Like, it's good footy. If you don't make it this year, there's going to be some noise next year. Like, he's a legit. But yeah, as far as North, we're still a little bit behind. But to see in the last, in the last like 6 weeks, especially, like nearly beating Collingwood, the win against Gold Coast. I think we nearly beat. Who else did we nearly beat? I can't remember, but we played well. I've been watching. We're like actually playing good footy. Like it's good to see. Last weekend against Sydney was a bit of a lowering of the colours. We sort of dropped off the pressure and intensity and stuff, but they're sort of the cream of the crop, the Swans. So yeah, not too bad, but it's good. There's hope for us. There's hope for us.
Well, even though it's been a season down the bottom, like there's definitely those green shoots, like that young midfield, especially like some of the players you got coming through there. And I think especially like even McKercher coming back the last few weeks. Are you really excited? You think you got a good young list for the future?
Oh, for sure. I think like in 5 years, we could be looking at North Melbourne as like probably the most talented list. Well, it's weird because our top end talent is like a heap of potential. But then it just drops off so drastically for like the next 10 players. Like I don't know, if you're picking our best 23 every week, they're giving a lot of effort lately. So I don't want to shit on them too bad, but like probably the top 8 are like really like good footballers and like there's a lot of potential there and a lot of talent. And then probably like sort of the next 15 is sort of not up to AFL level really, which makes it a bit tough. But as far as like we can keep McKercher, LDU. Well, we're keeping Sheasel. Hopefully keep Wardlaw. We got Suva. Like there's a lot. Like that's some good AFL players. It's just hasn't been too much winning because there's not a lot around it. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of life.
Yeah,
the Roos. We've got a lot of talent.
Even Comden, I love what he does at fullback.
Oh yeah, he's been unreal. He's probably almost the find of the year for us. Like Mackay was, sort of every month maybe he'd throw in one really good game for the Roos. So I get why Essendon paid for him because he's ripping it up for them. But for us, he was like, I don't know, it didn't feel like a massive loss because he was sort of maybe 1 out of every 5 games playing really good. And if he was still here, Comben probably never would have gone back. So especially when we get Griffin Logue playing again, having Griffin Logue and Comben, 2 like really good defenders, is going to be elite. But no, he's been sick. Charlie Comben has been a real good find for us.
Yeah. Back into your content creation, in amongst working for the AFL and all that sort of thing, your YouTube channel was going strong. A highlight for me always was your AFL Evo career mode with Kados, and I was just wondering. I spent hours watching that career progress. I loved those videos, and I was wondering how that whole idea came about and sort of the process of making it. How was all that?
So to be honest, there's probably not too much of a story with that one because it's sort of just Caden was like, we used to do that as kids. Like we'd do a D's career mode, we'd do a North career mode, we'd spend heaps of time playing. Do you remember the first AFL Live? The first one that came back? Like not the like we loved like 2005 and 2006 and 2007, all those ones, but the first one that came out on like Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Something like that. Was
that the one you could play on the iPad?
Probably.
I reckon
I played that. I played it on the iPad, but so we used to play hours of that. Like loved that game. So I think it was sort of just what we did anyway. We're like, if we can get this going, and I did not expect it to go as big as it was. Like some of those videos are like on 100K plus views. It's like crazy. Like I couldn't believe that. But it was literally just us just having a laugh doing what we used to do when we were much younger. But there might be something on the horizon with that.
Well, we were actually just about to ask you, so is there any chance of a season 3 return after the Collingwood, Carlton, and then will you be moving somewhere else?
Yeah, I think, well, I won't reveal the team, you got to keep that. under wraps. But yeah, we're gonna do it again. So it's crazy to think that yeah, there's like a bit of buzz around doing that career mode. Like it's pretty funny sort of world we live in. But yeah, we have fun doing it, and people like watching it, so it's cool.
And just want to say, a lot of the people at our school are hoping for the return of Lorne. Will Lorne be making a return?
Oh, yeah, he's been quiet. Lorne, he hasn't done too much in the last couple of years, but the talent scouts have been watching him at the lower levels, and he might be getting a call back up to AFL level.
Maybe a bit of a Riley Thilthorpe. He'll be in the wilderness for a year or so with the injury. He'll come back bigger, stronger, beard, and kick more goals.
Lorne with the beard. He'd give a when he kicks the snag. Yeah.
Do you have a favourite video or collaboration that you've done? Obviously, you've done hundreds of videos, and is there one video or a collaboration that's really stuck out to you as one of your favourites, or maybe multiple?
Ooh, probably. I don't know. That's a tough one. I didn't come prepared. Should have studied the channel. But probably, I reckon one of my favourite things was filming. I don't know how the video comes across, but when we filmed a video with Patrick Dangerfield.
Oh yeah,
that was probably. We've probably met AFL players that like just as nice, but I don't know. I didn't really like Danger. Like he was sort of. I don't know. Before I get into that, I sort of I like the part of AFL where it's like you don't like a player. Like I'm the same. Like Jason Horne-Francis, I hate him, but I hate him as the footballer. Like I don't hate him personally. Yes. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't like message him on Instagram like abuse or anything, or like if I saw him down the street, I'd talk to him, and if he was a nice guy, I'd go, oh, he's a legend.
Yeah.
So that was Dangerfield for me. Like I never liked. I thought he was a flog, all this, but like obviously separate the person. Like my dad's mate's daughter is married to him, so I was like, oh, you know, it's pretty close there. Like obviously he's all right, but I just didn't like him. Like he was a gun footballer, but wasn't a fan at all. So me and Caden were a bit like hesitant. We were like, oh, how's this going to go? How's this go? And he was just the loveliest bloke. Like not just like a nice guy, but he was like ready to banter, like just one of the boys. Like it was just like having an older brother. Like he was just messing around with us. So that was cool. Like it was maybe like special because I was like, oh, is this guy going to be a flog? Is he going to suck? Like, but he was just the nicest bloke ever. So that sticks to me because I'm like, oh, it's not just like a bloke that you don't think anything of. It's like you have a negative-ish opinion, but like he's actually the nicest guy ever. Yeah. Which is funny because now I still watch him play footy and I'm like, oh, I can't stand this bloke. Yeah. But that's where I can like separate the entertainment of footy.
Yeah.
As like, oh, I don't like Dangerfield, but I know he's actually a ripping person. And if I saw him, I'd be like, oh, hey, mate, legend. Like,
yeah. Was he just like one of those guys where you met him for the first time and you feel like you've known him 10 years sort of thing, and it was just really easy to chat?
Oh, yeah. 100%, yeah. It just felt like the, you know, jokey older cousin or older brother that was like, you knew he, it sounded weird because we, you know, but it felt like you knew he loved you, but like he'd take the piss out of you, but like in a good way. Like it was just, I don't know. It was just a ripper. Like it really did feel like you knew him for a long time.
Yeah. Hey, Cooko, we'll just quickly edit out here. We've got our recorder of the thing. It's just got a half an... All right. We should be. We're back up
now. I know Will, as me and Tank have said, we love your content, obviously, and I remember we went through that period where, now I don't want to go into the details if it's a bit personal, but there was that when you didn't go on, you weren't on YouTube for X amount of time. I reckon, I don't even know how long it was, but we were just waiting for the return of Cooko because the content you produced was amazing. And I remember one morning, I reckon it was about 4 months ago, I woke up and I don't watch TV in the morning. I don't do anything. I don't watch it in the morning. But this morning, I was like, I'm going to turn the TV on. So I just put it on and I was not expecting anything. And I chuck on a random channel. It was Deal or No Deal. And watching it. And like, we'd been talking about it the day before, like when's Cooko going to return if he does? And I remember the next morning chucking on Deal or No Deal, watching some guy do it, and then the camera pans and I see you in the video, like yeah. And I got on the phone and I messaged him straight away, and I was like, "Look, Cookoo's returned. He's on Deal or No Deal."
Like, how did the big comeback on Deal or No Deal?
We genuinely. You go.
No, you go.
Oh, well, we genuinely talked about you the day before. We were watching one of your video, one of the ones of you and Kados, and we were wondering like where you'd gone and where you're coming back to make more content. And then he gives me a call the next morning saying he's seen you on Deal or No Deal. We couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's a pisser. Yeah. So my brother just applied to go on and was like, "Oh, will you come and be the dude that holds the case?" And I was like, "Sweet." We got there and it was like, I don't know, Corey didn't get picked. My brother Corey, he didn't get picked to be like the dude who picks the cases and stuff. But there's like, you're in groups. So I was straight away, I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I was shitty all day. I'm like, this sucks. Because I clued onto it straight away. I'm like, they try to like string you along and be like, oh, if you're not getting picked, or like, who knows who's going to get picked? Like, bring good energy and be like a good sport and you'll get picked. And I'm like, Corey, you're not getting picked. Like, straight away, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, so you guys know Connor Rogers.
Yeah, Connor Rogers.
He's on another one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he went on. He won like 35 grand or something. But I'm pretty sure he knew like that he was getting picked. So I'm like, oh, this is like, I don't know. This is a scam sort of thing. Like they just sort of want you there like up and about as a crowd member. But yeah, me and Corey were both like, oh, this is stupid. But we didn't want to leave. Just be good sports and that. But yeah, he didn't get on. So we were both, he was next to me. The guy next to me was my brother.
Yeah.
And we were both just, holding cases. And I don't think that day, I don't think anyone won any money. I think the most was like some dude. It might have been the guy that was playing when we were holding the cases. He won like $200 for singing or something.
I know. Yeah. I remember watching it.
It was weird.
I was watching it and I was like, and I wasn't even fully paying attention because I didn't expect anything. I just had it on in the background.
Yeah, I feel that.
The one time I look up, the bloke's doing opera or something in the background. And then there you are. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, that's funny.
No, it was funny because it was just so like out of the blue. And then ever since then you've been like you've returned. Like people are people are talking about you at school and they're wanting you to return. Like
that's so funny. Yeah, the content's gonna come back. It's I reckon I'm sort of doing like a little like I've been doing some stuff with like the Marmalade boys.
Yeah.
Been playing footy with them. Me and Caden are gonna do some stuff again, and then when I start posting, I'm gonna like go hard at it. I reckon.
Yeah.
Like try post like 2-3 times a week for next couple of years at least, and see how it goes. And if it fails, then back to pouring beers and laying grass. I reckon.
Oh, I'm sure it won't fail. The community absolutely love you. But I did just want to circle back around to when you were off YouTube for a while. Did you always know it was something you wanted to come back to, or were you happy pursuing other things?
So I always loved it, like doing it. Like even this, like I love stuff like this. Like you're good lads. Like seeing you boys post stuff. Like I'll be following along closely now and seeing how you go.
Thank you.
No, I love it. Like it's doing like YouTube and stuff. Like I made a lot of like connections, meeting good people, doing cool things. Like I really liked it. But I think sort of I think I would have been like 22 when COVID happened. So you boys probably like, oh, that's old, but it was a lot younger than I am now. Like I'm 26 now. So, I don't know. I sort of just lost like motivation stuff through COVID. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest. Like it was a weird time. Like you would have been like 11 through COVID, like 12.
No, we were off primary school.
Yeah. So you probably didn't even know what was going on.
Just happy to be at home.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, with a lot of PlayStation stuff going on. No, that was shit house. Not having footy.
But anyway, yes.
But
yeah.
I was just gonna say, so it sort of just like lost motivation and stuff through COVID. Like it was a weird sort of time. Like doing this stuff that you thought like was going pretty good, doing stuff with the AFL. They sort of said, oh, there's no guarantee of doing stuff. Like they were cutting staff and stuff, so I didn't know what the future was like. And credit to Caden, he stuck fat and did some of his like some really good stuff through that time. But different roads for everyone, and I'll see what I can conjure up now.
Well, we're glad you're back. We are very glad you're back. And we know this season, as you said before, you've been playing with the Wattle Park Animals with Kados and the Marmalade boys. What's that like? All of you guys in the same team must be a great team to be around. A lot of fun, I'm sure.
Such an awesome team, such an awesome club. Like even the people that don't do like content, they don't like. It's just a normal footy club. Like it's there's people there that could at a lot of other clubs that I've played at in my life that would easily go, oh, who are these wankers? Like, what are they doing with the camera? We don't want this shit here. But everyone there is so chill with it. Like, there's people that clearly aren't like into that sort of stuff. They probably don't even really know who any of the boys are, but they're still just like, oh, they're good lads. It's funny, they're doing their thing. So yeah, it's really good being a part of that club. It's a pisser. They straight away. I played one game and they said, have you got any mates that are good at footy? And I grabbed my two best mates that are 6'4". They come play in the back line and they rip it up. So yeah, it's very, very inclusive team. There's a few people there that I think sort of found out those boys were playing there and just went down to training and now getting the game and playing with blokes that they watch. So it's real fun. They're all awesome people.
So I remember like pre-Waddle Park, because we're from SA and we've watched a few like back when they were playing down in Adelaide at Lockleys, when they used to play at Lockleys.
Yeah.
And it's just Stray and Checkers, and it's just amazing for like how they have grown into such a big thing as well.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I was really. No, you go. Sorry.
No, I was just saying how they've grown and taken it to Melbourne, and expanded it in.
Yeah, well, I was like really late to the party. Like I wasn't really watching like any YouTube or TikTok, or I still don't really use TikTok. Like I go on every now and again to see what those boys are posting, but it's not really my my go-to platform. But yeah, I wasn't like following any of it really. Like not intentionally, just sort of head in the sand, sort of just like, you know, not really online, sort of staying away from that sort of stuff. And Caden would every now and again message me and say, oh, I'm doing stuff with these guys. They're really massive. I was like, oh, that's awesome. They seem like good lads. And yeah, I think that was pretty good, like going into it, not really knowing much about them. Just meeting them as blokes and they were ripping blokes. And then I like sort of checked out all their stuff. I'm like, wow, these blokes are massive. They're killing it. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I've seen some of their stuff from Adelaide and yeah, they love Adelaide. They say they miss it a bit, but I think they've spent a year in Melbourne now. So, yeah they're Vic boys now.
Yeah. Well, you're all in that same team. We do see the Premier Data Instagrams, the stats that come up each week. Have you been kicking some more snags lately?
So I think I played 3 games. I had last week off. I did an ankle injury, which happens when you're unfit and overweight trying to play footy. But it's an interesting standard of footy. Not going to say I'm above it because I'm clearly not racking up that much of the footy or anything. But it's like, I don't know, half our team's like pretty unfit, so the stats aren't going to be too, you know, spectacular. But we got a couple of guys. There's this one guy on the team, Dan Thorson. I don't know if you've seen his stats lately. He racks up like 35 plus every week. He's the bald guy. They post him on the Premier Data lately just because he's been racking it up so much. He literally gets like 35 touches a week, and he's like efficient. Like he's a gun. He could play like senior footy at a lot of clubs. Like very good football, and he's playing third. So that's pretty funny. But it's always just Checkers having like 80 hitouts and 200 ranking points. Yeah,
just because he's a big guy, does he just get it straight down to the mids and then off to you and Kados up forward?
Yeah, he's a gun. He wins every hit out. Like he's physical. Like he just gets straight into their body and no one wants a bar of him. I think he's kind of a scary-ish looking man with the mullet and the mo going on. But looks like an old he couldn't be any more. Yeah, exactly. He couldn't be any more opposite though. He's the friendliest bloke you'll ever meet. But yeah, he gets into some biffs on the field actually. Like people target him. They go, like there's random blokes going, oh, you came down from Adelaide just to play against me, mate. And it's like, okay, he doesn't know who you are, but righto, brother. Like it's weird. Some of the angles, I think the cameras maybe make people a bit fruity sometimes. But yeah, he got kicked in the back and in a headlock and interesting. He throws his own around as well. He's chucked a few people in headlocks as well. It's interesting footy.
That's what I was going to touch on just quickly. Is it like, do people take it seriously or is it just a bit of a piss take like when you're out there, or do people actually go into lock-in mode?
It's weird. There's some guys that, because Caden's been kicking, like he kicks like 6 goals a game. Like he's leading the league goal kicking. So sometimes they have blokes that clearly haven't played too much footy that just want to lock him down, really. And it's thirds footy, so the umpires are just kids. Like, they do a good job, but a lot of the time Caden just gets held off the ball. He still manages to kick 5 goals, which is pretty impressive. But it's interesting. It's a mix. Like, I just can't take it too seriously. Like, it's all a laugh for me. Same with for Stray and Checkers, it's a laugh for them. But yeah, some of our team take it like a bit more seriously. Some the opposition. It's a good mix. Like, if you take it seriously, like that's no worries. Like,
yeah,
best of luck to you. But if you also want to just have a piss take, like that's fine as well. It's good. It's good fun.
Well, on Kados, as you mentioned, he's kicking bags of goals every week, and I was going to ask you about that. Was he like a gun junior, or is he just knows his way around the goals?
It's funny because I don't know how it comes across, but people I think seem to think Caden was like shit at footy. Like, he was, as a kid, he was always very skillful. Like, he'd be up there like skills, like with guys that would have gone on to play AFL. Like, very, very skillful, very good kick of the footy, goal sense, like freak goal sense, like always. But he was very how do I put it nice? He was soft. Like, he was a soft player as a kid.
Yeah.
But I think maybe when he started, he took a couple of years off and then went to a new club and played under 18s, and they put him in the back line and he sort of toughened up a bit. Like, he was intercept marking and stuff. Like, he's always been a good footballer. It was just sort of not like a physical presence, but he's bulked up a little bit now, and he's got a freak goal sense. Like, he just knows where they are. But it's cool seeing him dominate. Like, I think he's loving it because he's probably always known that, he's very capable footballer, just sort of whether he's size or the hunger for the footy sort of was holding him back. But yeah, the thirds footy, but you still got to be all right to kick, 6, 7, 8 goals a game. Like, it's hard. But yeah, he's killing it. It's funny. It's good to see.
And then and enough of Kados and all them. We want to quickly finally touch on you as a junior footballer, and even now. Or what were you like as a junior?
I was all right. I was always like, I'd be bottom age, I'd be in the 2s, top age be in the 1s. Couple of 2s, best and fairest.
There we go.
I think I was better when I was like 12. I was probably at my best because I was probably a bit taller than a lot of players, and I was just angry. Not angry, but like just sort of like a psycho sort of player, like one of those. I'm sure you played against them. Yeah. But as I got older, it was just, I've always had a good pair of hands. Never been super athletic, but yeah, I was all right. Like, just sort of, not shit, not the best, but yeah, not bad. What about you boys? How do you go?
Well, I'm a C grade. I'm a year 10 C grade school talent. So get around a few cheeky goals in the forward pocket, and then that's about it for me. But bit of an A grade gun over here.
Ah, there we go.
Mind you, the form
run around
hasn't
with the
been good
Hawks.
lately, though, so I just play it down a bit. The form hasn't been great lately.
Just 20 and 2, not 30
not
and 5.
Even, no, it hasn't been good. I'll be brutally honest. It hasn't been good lately.
I do agree.
Right.
I do agree with you, Cooko, on the stereotype, I suppose, of some of those AFL content creators. As you said, with Kados, people sort of assume he's not very good at footy, whereas I think with a lot of these guys, really their love and passion for footy and playing all this time is actually what brought them to content creation. So more often than not, they're actually pretty decent footballers.
Yeah, well, I 100%. I feel like a lot of them are probably like similar. Caden's very skillful. He's probably the most skillful in that team. But even as far as Stray and Checkers, they're both. Actually, Checkers is, I was going to say unfit, but Checkers actually covers the ground pretty well. Like, he makes most ruck contests. Like, for a big boy, he gets around. But Will Taylor, Stray, myself, just unfit, but still they're handy footballers. They're not as bad as I think because it's funny, they highlight a lot of the bad stuff that happens. But when Stray finds the footy, he's got some moves. He's a decent footballer, and Will Taylor's got a beautiful kick of the footy. And then Jarrah's pretty good. He racks it up most weeks, but he's pretty fit. He runs the ground pretty well. But yeah, it's. No, you go.
Last thing I was going to ask you was, I just want to know, what's the best game of footy you've ever been to? I know you would have seen some great North wins or somewhere you've been. What's the best game of footy you've ever been to?
as far as like a North fan, I reckon it would be. I don't know. I don't even know if you would be alive for this. I'm trying to think when it would have been. Do you remember the game where they changed the bounce rule? So I can't even remember. I remember Didak was running into it. Do you remember Alan Didak? Sure.
Yeah, Collingwood. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan Didak was running into an open goal to win the game against North. It was at the MCG, and he missed. The stadium was full of Collingwood fans. I was there with my sister and my dad. I would have been a little fella. There was a bounce. I can't remember it exactly. I just remember it was all vibes. It was all vibes. It felt good. There was a bounce and it went out of the circle. Advantage straight to North Melbourne. We went forward and kicked a goal. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember that'll always go down as I actually might Google it after this and watch the highlights. But it was a North versus Collingwood game. In recent memory, best game I've been to in recent memory. I don't even know. What about you? I can't even think. Probably that one. I'll go with that one. You look it up. Look it up later.
Yeah. Well, if I had to pick one for me, it'd be probably. Oh, actually, I'll tell you one. I'll tell you what. North Melbourne versus. I'm a Freo fan, so when I was maybe 9, I went to Marvel to watch North versus Freo. I don't know if you remember this. Todd Goldstein had a shot from about 20 meters out with about 30 seconds left. And missed, and Freo won. So that would have been for me, but
you just rubbed it in.
I do remember that. Nah, fair. Did Goldie? He took a contested mark. Was that?
I think it was. I think that was the one. And then, went back and missed it. But I'm sure you would have gone crazy. Especially those are the best wins back on the Collingwood North game. When you're only a little fella and footy's everything to you, and then your team gets a close win. So.
Yeah, it was unreal. And my little sister, who would have been 5 at the time, maybe not even 4, was standing up on her chair and going, loser, loser, to all the Collingwood fans. And I was like, geez, these blokes are going to stab us. Settle down. But that was pretty funny seeing a lot of disgruntled, bikey-looking fellas sort of eye up a 4-year-old.
Yeah. If I had to quickly give a favourite Hawks game that I went to, I remember it was in 2022.
Just kick one of the flags, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I didn't go to any of them because in Adelaide, I've always away when the grand final's on. But I mean, they're the best games to watch. But the one that I went to was in 2022. It was in Adelaide, round 2 against Port Adelaide, and Hawthorn were that was when we were at the peak of our worst. We were terrible back then.
Yeah,
and we played Port, who won round 1 easy, and we won round 1, but not very much. And I was at the game, and me and Dad were there because I always go with my dad, and we were there. And I remember going to the game. We were going to the game thinking, we're going to get flogged because in Adelaide against Port. And I think we won by 80 points. And I remember because I hate Port Adelaide with a passion. I can't stand them.
Oh, really?
And I remember me and Dad waving goodbye to the Port fans. We just felt like a bit of a hero sort of moment. We didn't it was just good fun. When you that's one of the things that me and my dad love about footy. Going to the game and if you go and watch a team that you don't like and you beat them, it's just there's not much better feeling.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah. There's nothing better. It's unreal. Especially Port Adelaide fans they're an interesting bunch. I've been to a North game at Adelaide Oval when they were playing Port. I don't mind Port the team, but their fans were ruthless. So I can imagine that was pretty sick feeling for you.
Who's that sort of team over in Melbourne? I know obviously Collingwood would be the popular one, but I mean here, us in South Australia, Port Adelaide are considered that. I don't like Port Adelaide. Most neutral fans don't. Who's that sort of team for you, being a Bruce fan?
Oh, it's weird. Because North are so irrelevant and have been for a while, I've sort of lost a lot of that sort of anger and grit towards a lot of teams. I love Collingwood. I love Carlton. I'm not a big Essendon fan. Fan. I like some of their players, and I actually don't mind seeing them go well because it's just good for the comp, having big clubs do well, I reckon. Obviously you want to see little old North Melbourne do well as well. But and I love the Giants, Gold Coast. But Essendon's probably my least favourite team, which would break my grandpa's heart. He's a staunch Essendon man and tried to. This is actually a good one. Me and my brother went over to my grandpa's house when we were little, and we were wearing North Melbourne stuff. And my dad's a North Melbourne fan. My whole family's North Melbourne. And my grandpa, the whole weekend spent convincing me and my brother to go for Essendon. And my brother actually went, yeah, I'm an Essendon fan now. Took his North stuff off, got an Essendon scarf from Grandpa, and he's like, yeah, I'll go for Essendon now. Came home, and he's wearing the Essendon scarf. I'm still wearing my North Melbourne Glen Archer top. Like, I'm like, nah, Staunch Roos. And Dad goes, oh, what's that shit? to my little brother. He's older than me, but he was little at the time. And he goes, like, what's that shit? And Corey's like, oh yeah, Grandpa told me to barrack for Essendon, so I go for Essendon now. And he's like, oh yeah, no worries. That's sick. Come in the house. He's like, pack your bags. And he's like, what? My brother would have been like 5 at the time. He's like, pack your bags. Only North Melbourne fans in this house. And he's like, oh shit. Started crying. He's like, I'm not doing it. My mom's like, what are you doing? What are you saying that shit to him? He's like, no, North Melbourne fans only in this house. But yeah, not exactly a Essendon fan, but I like a lot of their players.
Yeah. Well, that's the way. You've got to keep them loyal. You've got to keep, everyone on board. I mean, coming from a team, I mean, you guys would have more fans than us, I'd think. But, Freo, North, we don't have the most fans. But so
yeah, it's pretty even.
The ones you have, you've got to keep them sticking loyal. Yeah. So I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. What do you, just quickly as a Freo fan, what do you think of Hayden Young?
Oh, love him. Absolutely love him.
Yeah.
Even like Sarong, absolute gun, like been our best player probably for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Brayshaw, it was close to a Brownlow. But if I'm going to be honest, the one that excites me the most is Young because he can play anywhere. He started kicking goals now. So you're a fan, are you?
Yeah, he's a superstar. The second half of this year, he's super impressive. I just say that as well because you know Druzy?
Yeah, Druzy. Yeah.
Druzy. So he's big Freo fan. He we went out to the pub a couple of weekends ago and he just all night about Hayden Young. And I said to him, I'm like, oh yeah, Hayden Young is a gun. But like he was saying he's the new version of Bont. He reckons he sees Bont comparisons of Hayden Young. And I said, well, steady on that one a bit. But he's second half of the year, he's been phenomenal, Hayden Young. He's got one of the best legs in the league. He's superstar. But yeah, Druzy reckons he's like top 5 player in the comp.
Oh, I reckon Druzy might have a bit of he might be a little bit overexcited, but
bias is probably the biggest word you can sum up Druzy with. He's one of the most biased characters going around. But no, I love the Dockers. Druzy does his best to make people not like the Dockers, but no, I like the Dockers. Yeah, Hayden Young, he's ripping it up. Second half of this year, he's been phenomenal, which I think leads a bit to how good you guys have been playing.
Yeah. And then, going off favourite players, who would your most favourite North player of all time be?
Oh, of all time? Oh, wow. It's actually tough. It was always growing up was Glen Archer because sort of, again, pushed like I loved him, but my dad was like loved him because he was like tough, like hard man, like just proper tough footballer, Glen Archer. So he was my favourite growing up. I always had the number 11. Like I remember always trying to get number 11, like playing junior footy as well. Like just always wanted to be Glen Archer. But probably Cunnington, Boomer. And then right now it's probably George Wardlaw. I could see him going down as my favourite all time. I love it's sort of the same as like a Sarong or like a Butters ilk, sort of just real ferocious at the footy, doesn't give up, like just keep pursuing it. He's not the most talented player in our team, but he's like just an animal. And I just love watching someone, especially with North being bad for a while, like seeing someone come in who just looks like so passionate and hungry to like win and just like, doesn't matter if we're down, if we're up, if he's got 5 touches, if he's got 25 touches, he's just hunting the footy, he's tackling, he's just ferocious. I just love that. I love watching players like that, which I'm sure we all do for our club.
That's one of those things as a junior though. Like, yeah, when you're a kid like us or even younger, like you always want that number on your back of the player that you love.
Yeah.
Like for me, I always wanted 22. I'm a big Luke Bruce fan. He's my favourite player.
Bruce, yeah. I love Bruce. Sure I love Bruce.
I think a pretty basic answer. The 7, that 5 for me was always the goal.
Yeah. Fifey, he was one of my favourites growing up as well. Like just, which is crazy that he's still, he's dropped off a lot now, but he's still like AFL level. Like it's crazy that I can say, growing up, loved Nat Fyfe. Like he's a superstar. And Brucey, like his goal kicking is probably not as good as it used to be, but in his prime, Jesus, he could like kick a pill. Like if he marked it inside 50, you knew it was going through the sticks. Like just an absolute deadeye.
Well, in 2014, he went on a run of he broke Plugger's record of 29 straight or something like that. He didn't miss.
Yeah. He was he was unreal to watch. Him and Gunston both. Like when you guys were flying, obviously you had Buddy and Ruffy that were just powerhouse superstars. Like Buddy's probably nearly the best of all time, especially of the modern era. And then like Ruffy was a bit of a deadeye himself, but Gunston and Bruce, the goals they would kick were just the ones that would kill you. Like I remember North were all right a lot. Like through a lot of the years you guys were up there. Like we made like 2 prelims in a row, and just playing Hawthorn in, I think we might have beaten his like 1 out of like 8 times or something, and it was always the goals that Gunston and Bruce would kick that would kill you, because you're expecting Buddy to do freak shit, and like I think as their careers went on, you expected Gunston and Bruce to do freak shit as well, but like they were just the ones that would kill you, because you're like, we can't stop Ruffy, we can't stop Buddy, and you finally get a stop. It looks all right, hits the deck. Bruce does something crazy. Flopolo, even he would do something crazy. Cyril, you expect he was one of the ones you expected freak shit from as well. Yeah, your forward line was actually crazy, wasn't it?
But then
That was a crazy forward line.
They're even like trying to rebuild that now. I reckon it's still like they've still got Bruce and Gunston, obviously not, and you can't have both of them in the same lineup. I reckon because they're both have probably only got 1 more year. I reckon, if not finish at the end of the year. But then as a Hawk fan, I love seeing like Watto. I know he's had his struggles, but like he did a ripper on the weekend against your mob.
Don't tell him this.
I want to ask what you think of Watto, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the player at this stage, but
people don't like him, do they?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of him at the moment. I don't.
Yeah, right.
He misses. He kicks a goal about 1 in every 4th shot, and I get he's only a young kid, but I want him to calm it down a little bit and all that before. He loves him, absolutely loves him.
Yeah, I can imagine he's pretty polarizing sort of player that, you know, Hawks fans would love him. The rest of the league, not so much. It might be your Dangerfield moment. You might meet him and think he's a ripper.
Yeah, it could be. I'd be stoked if we ever got as far as you and Kados did and got to doing that sort of thing with players. But
use a 15 and 16, did you say?
15, yeah.
Just both 15. He's taking the piss. If you keep going, like, you know, 2 years, who knows? It could happen quickly. Like, you stay consistent. 15, though, like, he's just a little bit, you get it started, finish off school, and then when school's done, you go balls to the walls, and you take the piss.
Man's a lot.
But yeah, as far as my opinion on Watto, I remember seeing stuff of him get posted, like when him playing like school footy, and he would create a lot of buzz. Like, I think if they were playing away, like the whole other school would be like chanting overrated and stuff, like giving him like the proper like NBA, I mean American high school basketball sort of vibe. Like, he was pretty polarizing then, but I think it's funny seeing the stuff of obviously he had a really good game on the weekend, but the stuff of people being like, why is he called the Wizard when he's like kicked 9 points in a game or whatever? Like, but no, I reckon he shows for someone he was drafted obviously small, and like a wizard type, you know, skillful sort of player. I think as far as like his like freak goal kicking has been off a bit, I think his tackling pressure and his like intensity, he's actually been elite. So I think that's like for a lot of sort of, I don't know, smaller footballers, he's probably pretty inspirational. Like how he's one wood, he's like freak goals, and that's been off so much, but he's still like getting a game again. Like, I know he was dropped to the twos for a little bit, but purely off how hungry he's been and his tackling pressure, which I think, you know, you look at someone his size, he shouldn't be tackling half the guys he is. So I think credit to him, to be honest. But let's hope he gets some more wizardry going for your sake. Get the Hawks back on top.
You'll have to stop telling me it's so good. I'm starting to like it.
Well, I just think that is pretty admirable. I get that, you know, it's sort of the same as, I guess, when Ginnivan started at Collingwood. Like, when he first burst on the scene and there was that him going, light work, I was like, I don't really like this guy. Like, Kane Corns brought it up. He's like, Jack Ginnivan, just settle down, brother. It's like, I sort of was with Kane there. I'm like, what is he doing? This bloke, like, he's a bit cringy, but I couldn't be a bigger Ginnivan fan like now. I reckon he's unreal. So I guess if the Wiz keeps going along, he'll have us both on side.
Well, I'll bounce off you with that, because obviously being a Hawks supporter, Ginnivan, I didn't like him either when he was at Collingwood. I remember like watching it at home when Hawthorn would play Collingwood, and I just didn't like the way he went about it. And I'm sure that's probably a bit of like you sort of like, there's players that you want at your club, but you hate them because they're not at your club, I guess. And then gather around this year, I got the opportunity to actually like meet him. which was cool. And
Yeah, right.
similar to you and Dangerfield, he was just such a nice bloke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, as we're going back to Dangerfield, someone who I thought I thought I'd never meet him, but someone who I'd think would be a bit of as you said, a shit bloke. But no, he was just a great bloke. And I mean, obviously love him at the Hawks, and that probably contributes to it. But yeah, he was just a genuine guy.
Well, that's 100%. Like, as meeting like a lot of the players and stuff now, it's you do realize they're just people. Like, it's like anyone. You boys will go to school, you'll play footy, and then you'll play against someone or see someone at school that you're like, he's just not it. He's a shit bloke. Like, but they're, you come across all your best mates, these blokes are legends. We get along well. It's the same sort of vibe with the footy players. They're just people. Like, it's half of them. I don't know the percentages, but like, you'll meet some of them and be like, he's a ripper. You meet some of them and be like, he's a flog. It's has nothing to do with the way they play or the way they present themselves in front of a camera. It's just real mixed bag. Like, people are who they are. But that's a testament. Same with the Dangerfield thing. You with Guinea, it's just people are people.
Yeah. Well, I think we've used a lot of your time, Cooko. We're very thankful to you for coming on. This is actually, we've had our regular pod for about the whole season, so we're up to about episode 17 or 18, but we're starting an interview style podcast called TN Talks. You're actually you're the inaugural guest, as we said at the start. So
beauty.
We're very thankful to you for your time, and a great chat. Really enjoyed that.
No, it's been a pleasure, boys. Anytime you need anything, happy to help out or jump on board. You're killing it. Just keep it up. Keep going.
Cheers, Cooko. Appreciate it.
Now, should we?
All right, listeners, that's all we have for you on another week of TN Talks. Hope you enjoyed Cooko as a guest. We certainly did. He had heaps of great stories to give, and if you've listened this far, if you could follow us on the Instagram at TNFootyPod, we'd really appreciate it. Heaps of bonus content goes on there, including reels, the best bits from each podcast, as well as our tips and our breakout player and the betting medal weekly. So keep tuning into the pod. We really appreciate it, and we'll have guests too for you very shortly.